Welcome. This short video will show you how to create an estimate using the assembly takeoff. Before the estimate can be created, an FMSS record should exist. By placing this record into a waiting cost status, a shell estimate is created. The shell estimate is accessed through the CESS interface. For this example, we're using an FMSS work order record for paving a parking lot. To access the shell estimate, find the work order number in the Folders pane and click on the number. This will allow us to preview information about the estimate we're about to create. To begin creating the estimate, double-click on the estimate number. Notice a new program will open up. As mentioned in this example, we're going to create an estimate for paving a parking lot. To create this estimate, we'll use Assembly Takeoff. To begin, click on the assembly icon located at the top of the screen. To find the assembly takeoff we need to use, we can conduct a search of all available assemblies. To do this, click on the Find Go To icon and type in an appropriate keyword. In this example, we'll type in parking. Be sure the Start from Beginning box is checked, and then click on Go. This search may take a few moments, but will produce a list of assemblies that are related to parking. In this example, we are paving a parking lot with 90-degree angle parking, 4-inch bit paving, and a 10-inch gravel base. By double-clicking on the correct description, we'll see a list of assemblies. Double-click on the assembly you'd like to use. Notice at the bottom of the page there is a list of phases associated with the project. In this example, the list details all the phases needed to pave this parking lot. These phases are used to calculate the estimate. In the upper right panel, we're prompted for specific information that is important in determining the estimate. In this example, we are asked for the number of parking spaces in our new lot, which in our example is 12. After entering 12, we need to click on the plus sign icon. This adds information to the cost estimate. Notice that the quantities at the bottom of the screen have been updated. It is not necessary to use all the phases in an assembly. If a phase does not apply to your job, simply highlight the phase and hit Delete on your keyboard. You'll then be prompted to confirm the deletion. We will not need to install parking bumpers. As such, we've highlighted phase number 7, hit Delete, and confirm the delete. The bottom of the screen provides a brief summary of the estimate. For example, this parking lot will hold 12 vehicles and cost $17,638.59 or $1,469.88 per vehicle. If you're following along, you may notice that your total is different. This is due to the fact that parks have different CCI factors which influence the estimate. We are satisfied with the estimate. Click OK at the bottom of the screen, then click on Close. This will take you to the estimate spreadsheet. By clicking on the Sigma icon, the cost of the job and the add-ons are generated. Notice that the cost of the job includes labor, materials, equipment, allocatable add-ons, and other service costs. Adding these together, we can see the total cost of the job is $32,450, not the $18,000 we saw earlier. The estimate seems sufficient, therefore we can move into validating our estimate in the CESS interface. To get back to the interface, simply close each screen by clicking on the X in the upper right corner. We're now back in the Edit Estimate window of the CESS interface. To change the status of the estimate, double-click on the status field. Change the status from Created to completed and click the Finish button. By changing the status to completed, the estimate can be validated. To validate the estimate, right-click on the estimate number and select Validate. Then click OK. Then click on the History tab. Note there are no errors, no warnings. Therefore, we can export the estimate to the FMSS. To do this, simply right-click on the estimate number in the Folders pane and select Send to Maximo. If the estimate was successfully exported, the status will change to Exported. In our example, the export was successful. You can also check the FMSS to see if the estimate was successful. Simply find and open your work order. If the estimate was successful, the status should now be costed. You can also review the estimate information by clicking on the Select Action menu and selecting View Costs.